The Jerusalem market explodes with sound. Vendors hawk wares amidst arguments, gossip, and the heavy scent of spices. A sea of faces, each etched with worry, greed, or indifference, surges through the crowded marketplace. The air is thick with the aroma of exotic spices, mingling with the less pleasant scent of unwashed bodies. Voices compete, rising and falling in a chaotic symphony as vendors vie for attention in the bustling market. A palpable sense of faithlessness hangs in the air, permeating the crowded Jerusalem market under the harsh sun. Inside Huldah's tranquil home, a stark contrast to the bustling market outside. Huldah sits patiently, her gaze soft yet attentive, ready to listen. A woman shares her burdens, her voice a low murmur in the serene space. The room is filled with quiet empathy, a sanctuary from the world's chaos. Sunlight streams gently through the window, illuminating the silent exchange. High above Jerusalem's crowded streets, young King Josiah surveys the idolatry from his chariot, a heavy crown weighing on his brow. Josiah's gaze sweeps over the city, his expression troubled by the blatant shrines and the visible neglect of the temple. The weight of his crown seems to mirror the burden of his kingdom's spiritual decay. A deep unease settles in Josiah's eyes, reflecting the daunting task of reform ahead. Amidst the temple ruins, High Priest Hilkiah observes the chaos of restoration, his face a mask of grim determination. Workers strain, their movements a symphony of labor as they heave stones and clear debris under the watchful gaze. Sunbeams pierce the damaged roof, casting an ethereal glow on the dust-filled air and the scene of renewal. Each stone moved, each beam raised, signifies a step towards reclaiming what was lost, a testament to faith. Hilkiah steps into the dimly lit temple, where shafts of sunlight reveal dust motes dancing in the aged air. His hand traces the weathered stone, seeking secrets within the temple's ancient walls. With focused determination, he dislodges a stone, revealing a hidden cavity concealed in shadow. Nestled within faded cloth, an ancient scroll awaits the legendary Book of the Law. The scroll emanates an aura of forgotten wisdom and divine power. In the Grand Palace, Hilkiah presents a scroll to Josiah, the weight of history palpable in the gesture. A scribe stands poised, ready to unseal the words that could change everything. As the scribe reads aloud, Josiah accepts the scroll, his face etched with anticipation. Josiah visibly trembles, the gravity of the scroll's contents shaking him to his core. Inside the opulent palace, Josiah is overcome with despair. His anguish becomes visible as he tears at his royal clothes. The sound of tearing fabric echoes in the silent hall. Josiah realizes the depth of his people's transgressions. Sunlight floods the palace hall, illuminating the dust motes as Josiah sits at the head of the long, ornate table. Advisors flank him, their faces etched with concern, mirroring the weight of Josiah's troubled thoughts. Josiah leans forward, the weight of leadership heavy on his brow. A king seeking clarity in a sea of uncertainty. I seek guidance, yet find only veiled words. Josiah laments, his voice echoing in the vast hall. I distrust these court prophets. Their visions seem clouded, their motives unclear, he says, suspicion clouding his gaze. Sunlight floods the palace, highlighting dust motes in the air. Tapestries depict battles and processions. An advisor, balding and anxious, stands before the empty throne, his face etched with concern. He nervously adjusts his robes, the weight of his counsel heavy on his shoulders. His voice echoes in the vast hall as he speaks of wisdom. I suggest, Huldah. The tapestries seem to watch, silent witnesses to the unfolding drama within the palace walls. Under the blazing Jerusalem sun, 5 messengers thread through the crowded streets, their robes billowing. Priests, scribes, officials, a determined procession cutting through the vibrant city's pulse. Each stride is purposeful, their mission urgent as they seek Huldah's wisdom. Long shadows stretch and dance, cast by the sun upon the ancient stones. The bustling city fades as they approach Huldah's humble dwelling. Their faces are set with anticipation, seeking answers in the heart of Jerusalem. Sunlight bathes Huldah's home, a peaceful facade disrupted by the arrival of messengers. A sharp, resolute knock shatters the quiet stillness, echoing through the empty street. The wooden door stands firm, a silent barrier against the urgent summons. Dust motes dance in the air as the messengers await a response, their faces grim. The house holds its breath, secrets and destinies hanging in the balance. Every shadow seems to deepen, anticipation building with each passing moment. Morning light paints the doorway as Huldah stands, a figure framed by shadows. Her presence exudes calm as she watches the messengers approach. A subtle nod acknowledges their arrival, a silent greeting. Huldah's eyes, pools of ancient wisdom, reflect understanding. The air stills as the messengers halt before her. A moment of quiet anticipation hangs in the sunlit space. Inside Huldah's home, solemn messengers stand in the radiant daylight. Their faces are etched with gravity as they await Huldah. With hands outstretched, they offer the Book of the Law. The ancient script glows, illuminated by the streaming sunlight. A pivotal moment unfolds, steeped in history and anticipation. Sunlight bathes Huldah as she sits at a wooden table, the aged scroll casting shadows on her face. Her lips move slightly, a silent recitation as she deciphers the ancient text. The light catches the delicate details of the scroll, revealing its age and secrets. Her brow furrows slightly, lost in the complexities of the words before her. A gentle breeze rustles the pages, as if the scroll itself is whispering its story. Huldah's eyes dart across the scroll, absorbing every detail, every nuance. Huldah finishes reading, the weight of the words settling upon her. She rises, a figure of quiet strength against the backdrop of her home. A moment of solemn preparation hangs in the air as she readies herself. Her eyes reflect a deep resolve, hinting at the message she is about to deliver. The room is silent, waiting for Huldah to break the stillness with her words. Sunlight fills Huldah's humble home, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air, a stark contrast to the grim prophecy within. Amidst scrolls and earthenware, Huldah stands, her face etched with the weight of impending doom. Her eyes are closed, a conduit to visions of darkness that cloud her aged face. Her voice, heavy with sorrow, echoes in the small room. Evil will come upon Jerusalem. Inside Huldah's humble home, a sense of solemn anticipation fills the air. Huldah pauses, her aged eyes reflecting a profound, prophetic intensity. Her voice, though frail, carries the weight of divine decree, silencing the room. A moment of breathless stillness hangs as she prepares to deliver her crucial prophecy. But King Josiah will be spared because of his repentance, Huldah proclaims. Her words echo, offering a fragile hope amidst impending doom. Under the harsh sun of Jerusalem, messengers trudge wearily, their faces mirroring grave tidings. Each step is labored, the weight of their message a heavy burden slowing their pace. Solemn expressions are etched deeply, hinting at the dark news they carry towards the palace. The very air seems thick with unspoken dread as they approach their destination. In the grand palace, messengers stand before Josiah, their expressions grave. Solemn faces convey Huldah's prophetic words, heavy with fate. Their voices echo through the hall, each syllable painting a vivid, fateful scene. The weight of the prophecy hangs in the air, a palpable tension gripping the court. Josiah listens intently, his eyes reflecting the gravity of the impending revelation. Inside the grand palace, light streams through arched windows, illuminating the ornate details. Josiah, regal and composed, inclines his head, his expression unreadable in the bright light. His eyes darken slightly as he listens, absorbing each word with intense focus. The weight of the message settles upon him, a visible shift in his posture and demeanor. The palace air seems to thicken with unspoken tension as Josiah processes the gravity of the news. Inside the grand palace, Daylight streams through the towering windows, illuminating the opulent surroundings. Josiah, with a newfound resolve etched on his face, clutches at his royal garments. With a sharp, decisive motion, he tears at the fabric, the sound echoing in the vast hall. The ripping of cloth continues, a visual representation of his internal struggle and determination. Pieces of the torn garment fall to the floor, a symbolic shedding of his former self. Josiah stands amidst the remnants, his eyes blazing with purpose as he embraces his new path. Under the blazing Jerusalem sun, Josiah's face is a mask of righteous fury as he initiates his sweeping reforms. With a roar, false altars crumble under Josiah's might, symbols of a broken covenant reduced to dust. Idols crash to the earth, their shattered forms littering the sacred ground, a testament to Josiah's zeal. The air vibrates with the echoes of destruction, signaling a new era dawning upon Jerusalem. Sunlight floods the restored temple, illuminating Josiah as he stands tall, a beacon of hope amid ancient stones. He raises a hand, a silent call to the gathered people, their faces etched with anticipation and renewed faith. The temple, once shadowed, now gleams, reflecting the light in the eyes of the hopeful crowd. Each cleaned window acts as a frame, showcasing the community's resilient spirit. Josiah's commanding presence resonates through the sacred space, uniting the people in a shared moment. The air is thick with promise, a new chapter beginning within the hallowed walls. Sunlight floods the ancient temple, illuminating swirling dust motes as Josiah stands ready, a worn book in hand. A diverse crowd gathers, their faces upturned in hopeful anticipation, awaiting Josiah's words. Josiah opens the leather-bound book of the law, its aged pages whispering secrets of forgotten times. He clears his throat, the sound echoing through the sacred space, capturing the undivided attention of all. His voice rings out, clear and strong, as he begins to read from the ancient text, a beacon of hope. Each word resonates, filling the temple with a sense of profound reverence and anticipation for what is to come. In Jerusalem, citizens joyfully abandon their idols, a profound shift marking the start of Josiah's reforms. The city undergoes a transformation as symbols of idolatry are discarded in favor of a revitalized faith. A powerful wave of change sweeps through Jerusalem, echoing with the fervor of newfound devotion. The streets echo with the sounds of renewal as the people embrace a new spiritual awakening. In her dimly lit study, Huldah sits amidst towering stacks of ancient texts, sunlight barely piercing through. She gestures gently, her eyes twinkling with wisdom, offering counsel to those seeking her guidance. The air is thick with the scent of old paper and secrets, a sanctuary for those in need. Her presence radiates tranquility, a beacon of understanding in the hushed room. Under the Judean sun, Jerusalem stirs. Josiah's reforms ripple through the streets. Huldah's teachings echo in the city's heart. A transformation dawns on Jerusalem. In the dim glow of candlelight, Huldah sits alone, her figure framed by dancing shadows on the walls. Her brow furrows with worry, each line etched deep by the weight of Jerusalem's fate. Her distant gaze betrays the turmoil within, her mind wrestling with uncertain futures. A heavy silence blankets the room, amplifying the solitude of her contemplation. The fire crackles softly, each spark a fleeting thought in her burdened mind. Huldah remains still, a solitary beacon in the quiet night, burdened by prophecy. In Jerusalem, altars crumble as Josiah's reforms begin, their destruction echoing through the city. Idols are smashed to dust, symbols of a forgotten era pulverized under the weight of change. The temple, once tarnished, sees a rebirth as dedicated workers begin rebuilding its walls. Sanctums are cleansed, purified by diligent hands restoring holiness to the sacred space. A montage of fervent activity showcases Josiah's sweeping changes transforming Jerusalem. The city witnesses a spiritual and physical renewal, forging a new path under Josiah's rule. Sunlight floods the restored temple, illuminating swirling dust motes in the air. A choir's voices rise in a soaring hymn, their sound echoing through the vast space. The music fills the temple, creating an atmosphere of profound reverence and awe. Stained glass windows cast colorful patterns, enhancing the sacred ambiance. Jerusalem basks in daylight as a multitude gathers, their faces radiant with joy. A religious festival unfolds, the air thick with anticipation and communal spirit. The crowd sways with excitement, a shared faith uniting them under the bright sky. Laughter and songs echo through the ancient streets, celebrating faith and community. Sunlight warms Huldah's home as a young woman fidgets, her anxiety a palpable presence in the cozy room. "I just don't know what to do, Huldah. My marriage," she cries, her voice tight with despair. Huldah listens, her kind eyes offering silent comfort and a haven from the young woman's storm. "Tell me everything, child. I am here to listen," Huldah says, her voice a soothing balm. The young woman pours out her heart, her words painting a vivid picture of heartache and uncertainty. "Sometimes, the path forward is not clear, but with patience and understanding," Huldah says softly. Under the bright Jerusalem sun, Josiah observes the bustling construction site, his face reflecting profound satisfaction. New schools and libraries ascend, cutting a modern silhouette against the timeless ancient skyline. The structures embody Josiah's dedication to enlightenment, each stone a testament to his visionary zeal. Workers move with purpose, united in building a future where knowledge illuminates every corner of the ancient city. Inside the palace, Josiah sits under candlelight, the heavy scent of wax and old wood filling the air. The flickering light dances across the book of the law, casting long shadows on Josiah's face as he studies. His brow furrows, a deep line etched between his eyes, as he seeks divine guidance in the ancient text. Josiah's finger traces the worn script, each symbol a mystery he strives to unlock. A palpable tension fills the room as Josiah grapples with the weighty responsibility before him. The fate of a kingdom hangs in the balance, illuminated by the fragile glow of a candle. Under the bright Jerusalem sun, children's laughter dances through ancient streets. A vibrant tapestry of childhood unfolds against the backdrop of historic stone buildings. Sunlight glints off the cobblestones as kids chase each other, their joy echoing. Small figures dart between shadows, their games weaving through the heart of the city. The air is filled with their carefree shouts, a symphony of youthful energy. A moment of pure, unadulterated play blossoms amidst the timeless landscape. Sunlight bathes Huldah's simple home as weary men gather, their faces etched with worry. Huldah listens intently, her aged eyes sharp and discerning, absorbing their legal dispute. The men present their case, voices overlapping with frustration and desperation. Huldah's firm voice cuts through the tension. "I have heard enough. I will consider your words carefully." A tense silence descends as Huldah contemplates, her wisdom a palpable force in the room. Finally, Huldah speaks, her voice clear and unwavering, ready to deliver her judgment. "My judgment is this." Under the bright Jerusalem sun, Josiah walks through the bustling streets, his face thoughtful. He pauses, his eyes filled with compassion as he notices a group of impoverished individuals. Josiah begins to distribute food, his movements gentle and caring. He offers clothing to a shivering child, his touch conveying warmth and empathy. The recipients look up at Josiah with gratitude, their faces reflecting hope. Inside the serene temple, Josiah kneels, head bowed, a figure of devout reverence amidst the tranquil silence. Soft light streams through stained glass, casting a kaleidoscope of colors across the hallowed space. Dust motes dance in sunlit rays, illuminating the sacred air. Josiah's hands are clasped tightly, knuckles white, a silent plea for divine guidance and protection. His face is serene, etched with hope, as he seeks solace in quiet communion with the divine. The temple is still, a sanctuary where faith and light converge, embracing Josiah in its silent grace. Jerusalem bursts with life, a vibrant parade snaking through the ancient streets under the bright, forgiving sun. Colorful banners flutter and dance, proclaiming the glory of Josiah's reign to the jubilant crowds. The air vibrates with music, a symphony of joy celebrating the peace and prosperity of the city. Citizens cheer, their faces alight with hope, their voices blending into a chorus of adoration for their king. Josiah's reforms have transformed the city, and the parade is a testament to his enduring legacy. The streets pulse with energy as the parade continues, a river of celebration flowing through Jerusalem. Sunlight streams into Huldah's home, illuminating the quiet solitude where dust motes dance in golden rays. Huldah sits at her table, her face a canvas of time, etched with lines of wisdom and untold stories. Before her lies a letter, its presence a silent messenger from a distant world. With trembling fingers, she lifts the letter, her touch gentle as if awakening a sleeping memory. Her fingers trace the familiar script, each stroke a connection to the soul who penned it. My dearest Huldah, your wisdom, a light in these dark times. I am forever in your debt, the letter reads. Under the relentless sun, a lone messenger races towards Jerusalem, his face a mask of sweat and dust. He bursts through the city gates, his hoarse voice a desperate cry against the backdrop of bustling trade. His words carry on the wind. Invasion. The vibrant marketplace stills, every sound absorbed by rising dread. Fear ripples through the crowded streets, a silent wave crashing against ancient stone walls. Long shadows stretch across the city, mirroring the darkness that descends upon the hearts of its people. The messenger collapses, his mission complete, leaving his city teetering on the brink of chaos. Josiah's commanding voice echoes through the palace, rallying his troops for the coming war. Soldiers clad in shining armor respond with determined shouts, their faces grim with resolve. Maps are unfurled, strategies debated as the city's defenses are meticulously planned. Barricades rise, walls are reinforced, and the air crackles with tense anticipation. Under a merciless sun, a vast invading army emerges, its relentless advance casting a shadow over the ancient lands. Reflections of sun glare off polished armor, each glint a harbinger of approaching conflict. The army snakes across the arid landscape, a relentless tide headed towards Jerusalem. Each footstep of the soldiers drums a note of impending doom. A palpable tension hangs heavy in the air, a silent scream before the storm. Anticipation and dread intertwine as Jerusalem braces itself for the inevitable clash. Sunlight paints the room as Huldah kneels, her aged hands clasped tightly in prayer, a silent plea for mercy. Dust motes dance in the golden rays, each a tiny witness to her profound worry for Jerusalem. Her face, a roadmap of faith and hardship, reflects the weight of the world upon her shoulders. Silent words escape her lips, a desperate whisper against the encroaching darkness. The light catches the silver in her hair, framing a face etched with unwavering resolve. In the quiet solitude, Huldah's prayer rises, a beacon of hope amidst impending doom. The sun beats down on Jerusalem as a brutal battle erupts. Steel clashes against steel, a symphony of war. Arrows rain down like deadly hail, each one carrying a silent scream across the battlefield. Josiah's soldiers fight with the ferocity of lions, their faces grim with determination. The ground turns crimson, a stark testament to the lives lost in this desperate struggle for Jerusalem. Inside the palace, a maelstrom of conflict erupts as Josiah leads his troops into the thick of battle. Steel clashes against steel, a symphony of war echoing through the palace halls. Shields rise and fall, each impact a desperate struggle for survival against the relentless invaders. Josiah fights with unwavering resolve, his movements a dance of precision and power. His face is a mask of determination as he defends his city, his every strike aimed to protect his people. The air crackles with tension, the fate of the city hanging in the balance with each swing of his sword. Amidst the chaos of battle, Josiah falls, wounded. A collective gasp ripples through the ranks as soldiers witness their leader's plight. With swift, urgent movements, loyal soldiers rally around Josiah, their faces etched with concern. They carefully lift him from the blood-soaked ground, their strength fueled by desperation. A solemn procession begins as they carry Josiah away from the fray, a beacon of hope amidst despair. Each step is measured, each breath held, as they strive to deliver him to safety. Within the opulent palace, Josiah lies on his deathbed, his frail form a stark contrast to the rich surroundings. His family gathers close, their faces a tapestry of anguish. Each breath he takes a painful echo in the silent chamber. Advisors stand solemnly by, their stoic facades unable to mask the despair that clouds their eyes. The air is thick with sorrow, the weight of impending loss pressing heavily on all present. Each labored breath Josiah takes is a fading note in the symphony of his life, a poignant reminder of what will be lost. Dim light barely touches Huldah's home, casting long shadows as she sits alone. A messenger arrives, his grim face a stark omen of the sorrow he carries. Huldah's face crumples as she receives the devastating news, tears welling, clutching a worn shawl. She fights back a silent scream, mourning Josiah's death. A somber funeral procession winds through Jerusalem's ancient streets, a river of grief flowing for the fallen King Josiah. The air hangs heavy with sorrow as the people of Jerusalem weep, their cries echoing through the stone canyons. From a distance, Huldah watches, her face a mask of sorrow mingled with deep respect for the departed king. Her life, now a profound message, speaks volumes in every gesture, every silence, resonating with unspoken meaning. Unknowingly, she embodies a living temple, a sacred space where God's voice echoes not in thunder but in her presence. The weight of her prophetic role settles upon her shoulders as the procession fades into the distance, leaving silence.